Hey guys, Steve Marks here. Yeah, back with another live stream. So if you're watching this back on Facebook or YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe, like, whatever you have to do. Join our new Discord community. The link is below in the description. Yeah, I've listened to all your demos, given you guys some of my free advice. All I can ask for in return as a little thank you is to just go follow all my socials. Pretty simple. If you haven't checked out any of my other videos on the channel, have a click around. There's a lot of live stream demos. Gonna start uploading a lot more educational videos quite soon, so stay tuned. We're gonna start the live stream very, very soon. Here we go. Yo, yo. Hello, people. Yeah, no real announcements this week. I'm just going to get straight into it. So, we have a track from Libs Vault. Check this one out. Nope. Good start. Nothing. So Libs Vault, if you're online, make sure you resend your link, my friend. We're gonna get into Anders Diopulsen. A lunch vibe, work in progress. Thanks for submitting, man. Let's check this out. So I mean, the melody idea is pretty cool. Like the track, it's like a very stable track, so there's nothing like crazy going on. It's not too adventurous. I would with this one, I'd start testing the boundaries. So maybe add like a long interlude, or maybe a new melody over the top or something like that. Cause like it's just like it sounds like a chilly track that's sort of just sort of ticking by in time. So try and find something to add to this track to give it that point of difference, because it's super chilly, super relaxed, and yeah, I mean it's a pretty like I think it's just missing something. I don't know what it is. It might be a lead sound. I really love the bass line, how you sort of pitch bend it up on each note. That's really cool. That's something that's unique about this track. So maybe you could replicate that with a new synth altogether, maybe having a synth happening above that does the same thing, a huge pitch bend for each note. Could bring it into, like, instead of like a chill beat, bring it into that sort of like melodic, sort of like euphoric era. Yeah, but just super chilly, like it's just a track doing its thing. I think you definitely need something else happening over the top, whether it's a vocal or another melody. But yeah, not too much to change there, man. I just work on it a little bit more and get some more things going. I've read your comments as well here, so I understand like there's some things that are just put in there for the sake of it, which is fine. So it's a work in progress. Keep working on it, man. Thanks for submitting. Do me a favor and smash the like button. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I see you there. Smash the like button, guys, and a big thank you to everyone, because I'm almost at 300 subs already on YouTube. So I think I'm about maybe 17 or 18 subscribers short of my 300 goal for this year. So I'm really trying to get there. Maybe Anders, man, thank you for submitting, your first time ever. Maybe you can be another subscriber. Thanks so much for submitting, man. But yeah, super chilly track. All right, Jay Munis. Let's check this one out. I think this is another first time submitter. Let's have a listen.
so fast.
Miller got the
Heartbeat so fast I can't feel it fading, but so clear I see that ice glow. Trying to live life till my eyes close and I let go. Eyes closed, yeah, you know I had to let it roll. And now I'm walking like a lonely soul, and I know I'd rather be all alone. Pay attention when they are now. Are you living life but your brothers they're struggling? I couldn't hear you cause I guess you're mumbling. Whoa, whoa. Shut the hell up, I don't wanna hear you, I just really wanna live it up. Live to the fullest, don't care it's foolish. You call me stupid, I call it genius. Like Einstein, couldn't go back in time, but if I could, I wouldn't change a dime. Ice cream, yeah, it tastes so sweet like this life. I wouldn't change a thing, even all the headaches and all the stress, all you haters and all the pests. Heartbeat so fast I can't feel it fading, but so clear I see that ice glow. Trying to live life till my eyes close and I let go. Eyes closed, yeah, you know I had to let it roll. And now I'm walking like a lonely soul, and I know I'd rather be all alone because they'll pay attention when they are now. Psycho, I dropped the top and now I let it flow. You said that you were really gonna
It has such a like a Californian rock vibe, like super poppy, yeah, like a pop rock track. Super cool. Not much low end though, not many bass frequencies coming through.
I couldn't stay here anymore, and then I went ahead and walked out the door. Everywhere you looking got you reminding of all the times that you were mine. I feel like I was made for this, and if you wanna hear my voice, just playing back and listen to this. Oh, I'm sorry, did I hurt your feelings? Are you working? This is how I feel it. Now
Yeah, like with this track, I respect that it's super stripped back, and it sounds like it's made with like loops and things like that, which is fine. You can go about this two ways. You can either leave it super stripped back, but I would definitely change your bass line because it sounds like it's like a digitally created bass line from like a keyboard or something like that. So either record like a real bass guitar, which will give you those really like a really broad bass spectrum all the way from sub bass up to mid bass. What you have for your bass line is a very thin bass that is it's a low mid bass. So you basically have no sub frequencies and you have very little mid bass frequencies. So yeah, I think if you added a new bass line into this track, it might sort of come through a bit stronger. But I love that super poppy like yeah, California rock feel. It's super cool, and I dig the artwork as well. Glitchy and old school. Love it, man. Thanks for submitting. That was a cool track, really. All right, happy. I'm out of storage. Okay, so we've got a. Okay, happy has deleted the file. So not going too well this week with the file link's not working. All right. Tungavag, The Night, the Harsh remix. I'm guessing this might be a Spinnin' Records remix contest, maybe? Let's have a listen.
Seeing everything in black and white. Every day I long for something bright. I need you. Trying to feel a bit less paralyzed. No, it shouldn't come as a surprise. I need you. So here's to the night, making memories for life. We could escape, leave our troubles behind.
Pretty nice track so far. It's super chilly. The bass line is very good. Like comparing it to the last track where the bass line was very thin, instantly this track had such a thick bass, like very strong bass, and it's mixed perfectly. It's not too loud in the mix and it's not too soft. And I dig the sort of the melody you've created in the drop there. I'm not familiar with the original track too well, so I don't know how much variation you've given it. I would definitely in your drop, like all drops these days have sort of the main melody happen and then some elements added, and then that will be repeated again, but with all the elements stacked on top. In between, just as it's about to sort of do that second rotation. So for your drop, it's here. Yeah. So at that point, you've got the big sort of sweep down, the white noise. A few beats before that, I would add some variation. So maybe pull out the kick drum, add a different sample, something like that to give it a small divide in the drop so that it doesn't just continue all the way through. And they're the little subtle things that people like spinning records and record labels look for in productions. Really, really nice.
Go until our bodies hit the floor. Sewing on the pain that's in our core. It's all good.
Yeah, I got your track, Charlie. All good, my friend.
I would be better alone, but the way that you're turning me on, I need you. So here's to the night, making memories for life. We could escape, leave our troubles behind. These are the moments we'll remember until we die. So here's to the night, making memories for life. Here's to the night we won't forget. Here's to a life with no regrets. And all of the highs and lows we haven't felt yet. Here's to the night, memories for life. These are the moments we'll remember till we die. So here's to the night, making memories for life. These are the moments we'll remember till we die. So here's to the night, making memories for life.
Nice work, man. Very well done with syncing up the vocals to the track as well. Often when people send in remixes, especially like the Spinning Records ones, they always struggle with getting the vocals perfect. So you've done that really well. Can't really recommend too much to improve this because it's actually like pretty well done. I would definitely, like some of the comments have said, add some variation to your lead sound. So the main melody, drop some notes up an octave, down an octave, give it some variation, because it's always just the same repeated over and over and over again. So maybe, you know, every second rotation have some notes that's up an octave or down an octave, or change the lead sound up a little bit and have them transition into another. You can have two leads running concurrently, one on 0 volume slowly automating up, and one starting at 100% volume automating down. And what you'll notice is as your drop progresses, the lead sound will totally transform into this whole new sound. Yeah, cool. I hope that helps, man. Okay, where are we up to? Happy Harsh songwriter David James Ginn. So let's check out When Love Was Fun 3 months ago. Hey, thanks for submitting, man. It's your first time. I'll give you a follow back. Make sure you follow my socials. Do it. Got a pretty good feeling this will be a copyright strike because this sounds like it's a mixed, mastered, and released track. So if it's not, then my friend, it is super sounding very, very well. This sounds like a more aggressive, like version of Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi vocal, very like squeaky, very loud. This is very coarse, very raw. About this one, it's very, very nice. One thing I would recommend, David James Quinn, is your drummer. Tell him to rim shot more on the snare drum. So he's hitting the skin of the drum, but if you hit the rim and the skin at the same time, it's called a rim shot, and it makes the snare drum, instead of being like a put, it makes like a snap, and it cuts through the mix so much better. Super cool. I love that sort of rock sound, man. That's one of the first rock songs we've reviewed here, but man, really, really cool. Thanks for sending in. Okay. Is this nothing? All right, Zanvor. We have Z and A Flow. Let's check this out. Really cool, man. You're ticking so many boxes with this track. You've got like the Marshmallow vibe, the Porter Robertson vibe, the sort of like the melodic bass sort of stuff that Martin Garrix does as well. What it sounds like is everything sounds very short, like all the samples you've used. So maybe give them a bit more reverb. Like I've just noticed as well, this track's 1 year old, so I don't know why I'm reviewing it. So guys, we review demos here, so send us your demos. So this is stuff that you're working on, and like just ideas and stuff like that. No release tracks, no tracks more than like 3 or 4 months old. Like I don't understand why we would want feedback on stuff that's, you know, at 1 year old. 12 months ago, like 12 months ago my music was garbage. Like my modern day music is so much better. All right, let's check out Splitted, Renato Cabrera, Jaxdor, and Alias Distance.
I'm drinking gin and tonic, no reason that I'm on it. I'm not perfection and I know that I'm far from it. Give me a time and place, we can talk face to face. I'll tell you the whole truth, you know I'm always on it. Let's start it from the start. I wonder who you are, I wonder where you're going. You're like a shooting star, the path you're heading will never relate to who you are. I'll blame myself cause in the past I never knew enough. But now I'm here, stuck inside these daydreams. Heavy drinking got me feeling like I'm 18. I try and down my fears because the grass on the other side never seems to stay green. And lately, I'm trying to stay optimistic, but I still miss your blue eyes and your lipstick. It's got me going through our messages and pictures. It's got me
I like this.
we came to a distance.
You could possibly mix the vocal a little louder on the track. Super chilly. This is super cool. I think
I'm drinking gin and tonic, no reason that I'm on it. I'm not perfection and I know that I'm far from
the issue with adding reverb to a vocal, and like this is interesting for everyone to notice, when you add reverb to something, it pushes it a little bit further back in the mix and it makes it a bit wider. So the vocal at the moment is sitting sort of behind the percussion, if that makes sense. Like when we listen to the percussion get introduced, you hear like the snare drum. It's very loud. It's very in front of the vocal. So it's sort of being masked by other elements of the track. Correct. I was just about to say that. So the way to get around this, if you want to add reverb to your vocal but keep it at the front of your mix, always duplicate your vocal and then add reverb to the second channel. That way you'll still have a vocal at the front of the mix doing its thing, and then you have a secondary channel which is it's wider. So it's reverbed wider, gives it more echo, more space, and it pushes it further back in the track and makes it wider. So you'll have vocal at the front and you'll have this reverb tail which is sort of happening like this off the rear of the track. So agreed with you, Opus Mind. I think the drop as well. You could integrate maybe every 2 or every 4 sort of snare shots, like a really big snare. Got a really tight, short, sharp snare. It'd be awesome to have like a snare that's like a bam, like a smash. Yeah, add another snare. It will give some cool variation to your percussion track. Really nice track. That was super cool. I really dig that one. Thank you for submitting, guys. Who was that? Splitted. So where are we? Vicoro Inferno. Let's have a listen. I see you there on YouTube, guys. If you're there tuning in, welcome. Facebook and Twitch as well. If you're watching, guys, I appreciate your time. Smash the like button, follow me, subscribe, whatever you can do on that social. I really appreciate that. I'm just reading back the comments. Casa Club. Yeah, it's an old CDJ that I turned into a clock. So I still need to add some lights in the back so that it lights up. Bikuru. Okay, cool track. What I think you need to integrate into your production is some automation. So basically your lead sound that's happening all the time through the drop, it's fine, it's a good sound, but I would automate some things in, some different effects. So like have a little filter that comes down, so it's sort of like filters the track down and then back up again. Add some reverb in there as well, so each note, instead of being like dun 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 dun, you can have a little tail on it like reverb, so it's like dun 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 dun. It sort of rolls into each other instead of dun 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 dun. And it sort of like it glues the track together a bit better when everything's not so isolated in terms of sound. The sound design is okay, like the sounds that you've picked is kind of cool, and it works for the track. I'm just checking, you seem to be like a Corona producer as well, my friend, so welcome to the community. Yeah, let's listen to the rest of the track. Vikuro, I also recommend, man, is adding some more details to your SoundCloud profile. So I can see you're from Chile. But let us know, Facebook, Instagram, how old you are, what music production software you use. That's what people want to know about you, my friend. That's good. Let's see if there's the same sort of variation you've had in the second drop. So it's good that you've added variation on the drop as well with the notes. You've changed the intonation, which is good. It's always important to have variation. So you've got the idea right of variation in your track. Now that you have the idea of variation with the notes of your track, add some variation to your sound design as well. So maybe have this cool lead sound for the first section of your drop, and then maybe have it in the second part as well, layered with something else, like a new sound that you can introduce to the listener, so that the ears hear something new and they stay interested. Because if you repeat the same drop over and over and over again, and you just change the notes a little bit, they detect the change, but it's not like a wild change. It's just like, oh, okay, the notes are different. So it's good that you've got the idea of variation, man. So you varied your intonation, which is like when the notes happen. Now look at varying things like your sound design and play with some automation as well. What I usually tell my students is to create your lead in a MIDI track and then duplicate that same thing like 10 times, delete all the sounds off those new 10 and just drag new sounds on, click around and find some cool sounds, 10 of them, and then you want to pick like your top 5, and then you can try and integrate them throughout the track. And that's a pretty cool tip that helps them develop a lot. Thank you, Vikuro, for submitting. We are going to move on. Guys, this was so last week was a huge stream. Okay, it was super busy, and a few people were like, I don't know, like disappointed that they missed out. But we had something like 45 submissions, and I just don't have the time or the ears to listen to like 45 tracks. So sorry for that. What we have set up, and I've sort of haven't been a fan of this, but if anyone wants to like jump the queue and like have their demo like submitted like now, like you've only got the time now, I've set up like a donation button. So if you want to donate some money to jump the queue, you can. I hate doing it this way, but that's sort of what it's come to, because I don't know, this stream's become popular with you guys. So for those keen to continue submitting demos, it will always be free to submit. And I'm not gonna start like taking money per demo. That's not what I'm about. If you want the convenience of having your track played instantly, getting your feedback now, then that is going to be a service that I'm going to make you pay for, because I'm all about being fair with people. Every week I review the tracks in order of when they get submitted, because in my opinion that's the fairest way of doing it. I will never pick random tracks, because I hate that, because tracks always get missed. And what's the reward for the people that submit first, you know? If you wait in line the longest, you should be rewarded first, which I will always do for free. Yeah, so if you want to jump the queue, you can do that with a small donation. Donation page is on my SoundCloud. Very, very simple. I had probably like 6 people write to me personally last week saying how like disappointed they were that I didn't get to review their track. Sorry guys, you were a little too late in the week. Can't submit on the day and expect to get your track reviewed, because it's getting to that stage where we are super busy with these streams. Okay, Envision. I'm on your Discord server. I never realized that you review other tracks on your live stream. Yes, I do. Can you review mine? Yes, I can. InVision, Sleep Dance, thank you for the mission, man. I'm following you. Follow me back. Follow all my socials. Let's have a listen. So guys, I didn't skip Voltex. Basically, how this works, guys, it's very simple. You basically submit your demo, and then you wait your turn. Okay, and if you guys comment again saying, "Did you review my demo? Did you review my demo?" Guess what happens? You move all the way to the back of the line. So I see Voltex just commented something here, but that was only 6 minutes ago, so that's fine. I don't know what's going on in the chat. Leave Voltex alone. He didn't do anything wrong. Cool? Alright, InVision. I sense and I quickly read your bio. So I can tell that you're from like India, which is cool. And I can detect the sort of the Indian influence in your music. Which is cool. It's always cool to like respect your culture and your heritage. And it's good what you're doing, man. You're in a very early stage of music production. And the best thing I can recommend for you, my friend, is to keep making music. Like, this is cool in terms of like, it's a good idea. The melody is catchy. There's nothing like crazy wrong with it. Like, everything's in key and everything sort of sounds like it fits together. All you have to do to develop your skills is to keep making music. That's all you can do. You will improve with each song. You will develop a new skill. You will learn new things from your friends, from listening to other music, and from watching streams like mine. You might not understand what does automation mean? You might not know. You can just Google it and it will explain it to you. Very simple. And then you can integrate the new skill that you've just learned into your next track. So just keep making music. Yeah, I thought this this little like Alan Walker style here sounded a bit strange in the track. Like you had it in the breakdown here somewhere as well. Yeah. So you went from your sort of like Indian flavored sort of beat into this sort of Alan Walker break, which was cool. But yeah, it just seemed a little like foreign to the track. It sounded a little strange to the rest of the track. So you can try and integrate that section a bit better, or you can just use what you've already learned, start a new track, and just keep making music, man. I dig it. I like where you're at. Keep it up. And yeah, keep making music. So thank you, InVision. All right, DJV. Let's check this out. It is called Knockout by DJV and Jesus. Good groove already. So DJV, I'm detecting some like digital crush. So what that means is something's clipping. So you've probably added a limiter or something like that. And it sounds like everything's been squished to the ceiling. Also, when you integrate this new lead sound here in the build-up, I'd start it with under a filter, so like in the low frequencies only, slowly releasing, because what you've done is you've already given the listener the sound of the lead. So when the lead hits, it sounds very, very familiar and it sounds old already, which I know sounds weird. But if you have it under a filter and slowly open it up, so then when the drop hits, it's fully released under the filter. Yeah, nice, nice. So yeah, again with that digital crush here in the drop. Yeah guys, just let me know in the comments if you hear that digital crush. It sounds like it's like very digitally on the top, especially when the drop hits. Basically what that means is something's too loud and it's being crushed under a limiter. So I love the bounciness, very, very cool. I love the breakdown, this part here. Wait, no, yeah, this bit here. Super stripped back, and it's just like, just makes you like want to groove and dance. Really, really cool. Yeah, just the drop. Something sounds a little too loud in the drop. But really dig the swing. It's definitely bouncy. And yeah, the other tip was that add the auto filter on the build up, and I think you'll have a nice little track there, guys. Really, really cool. Thank you, DJV. All right, Lost Paper. I know you have submitted before, my friend, so let's check out this one. I kind of pop all night. Boom.
Come on, baby, we can hit the lights, make the wrongs turn right. We can do this all night.
Let's see if the second drop is different. Maybe it's the same.
We can do this all night.
Okay. So second drop, same as the first. No stress. Man, super sick remix. I mean, there maybe in the drop there could be a little more side chain to give the kick a bit more space. No, actually it's fine. Yeah, not too much to fault there, man. It's a good remix, it's a good pop track, so hopefully you're tuned into the stream, because otherwise this will probably trigger like the copyright, especially on the Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully if you're watching this back, yeah, hopefully it's not cut up too much, the video. But man, thanks for submitting. Another solid track from you. I remember your last stuff was good too, so thank you, man. All right, Acrobas. Check this out. Steve Mark's Legacy. Ah, yes. Another remix of my track, guys. So my record label and I are doing a competition, like a remix competition of my track. So if anyone's interested in making a remix, then you can hit up my Discord, free to join. There's a link below the video for all you guys watching on YouTube and Facebook, and for those on Twitch, I will just quickly share a link with you guys. How do I do it? Maybe if I go through here, Discord. I think this should work for you guys. I think that link will work. Let me know, guys, if it does not work. Yeah, and then in the competitions page on my Discord, there's all the information for the remix contest. If you scroll back up the top, it's there somewhere. All right, Architect, Acrobas, let's check out My Track remixed by you.
Hurry, love, 'cause we're losing time. Take heart, 'cause we're running from the land's divine. They say it's easy to wanna hold my hand. Lightning strikes all through the
Albania Records, see here? There's the link, just send it to soundcloud.com/Steve Marks Music.
wasteland. Yes, I know where you go, I will go.
Very dramatic intro.
Calling out to me. Yes, I know where you go, I will go. Your body's calling out to me. This will be our legacy.
Super cool. I love the drop, how it's like super like weird and glitchy. The only thing that like it's hard because it's like my track, right? The only thing that sounds out of place is there's a really loud snare. That sounds a little out of place. I'd either like reduce its volume, or if you add some reverb to it, like I'm talking like a 3 or 4 second reverb, it will bring the volume down automatically and make it a bit wider. That snare, it just seems a little too loud for the drop. Albania Records, yes, only through SoundCloud, my friend. It's just quicker and easier to manage for the live streams. If I'm going through Facebook, YouTube, Instagram messages, it just takes too long. So all through SoundCloud is preferred. Love the strings you've got in there as well. Nice bass line as well, the sub bass there. Man, really cool. I love what you've done. I just want to hear the drum and bass bit here. Something sounds a little out there. I don't know what it is. It sounds like a... Yeah, I think when the strings go to the third sort of note, it sounds out from the lead, the new lead you've created. Super cool though, man. For anyone who's not like familiar with the original version, it's like huge, like melodic bass drop. So like it's massively different to the original, man. Much respect for like building that. That's super cool. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Like maybe, yeah, with this sort of drum and bass, I see you've tagged it as drum and bass here, but it's like a super chilly track all throughout. Maybe try throwing in a drum and bass loop during this section as well and see how it sounds. Might give the track a bit more drive, but I loved when you stripped it back to just the vocals. This bit, yeah, that was really like a really cool like moment there. This is a nice version. Yeah. Yes, so Nick N. Whatever demos you have, man, just send them in. No released tracks, because released tracks is not a demo. So, yeah. But man, Architect, that's sick. Really, man. Really cool. I think this is the second or third remix of my own track I've reviewed. Really, really cool. So if anyone wants to jump into the competition, guys, and do it, yeah, you can do it. Head to my Discord. All the details are there. It's free to enter. And the winning tracks will have their tracks like signed by the record label and released onto all platforms. So if anyone wants to get into it, go for it. Man, awesome. Thank you for submitting. Love it. Always love your stuff. All right, Navilla. Let's move on to Homicide. I only got time to review one, my friend. So Navilla, Homicide it is. Also, guys, I see you on YouTube. The crowd is growing. If you are not subscribed already, smash subscribe. It means nothing to you, but it means a lot to me. I'm trying to reach 300 subs by the end of the year. It's one of my end of year goals. We are almost there, so just smash the sub button. And whilst you're in the mood of clicking buttons, you can move over to the thumbs up and just click the thumbs up button. So easy. So easy. So, sick track, man. What a journey already. The intro was so like dark and like sad. Really, it was like a hospital where they were doing like chest compressions on someone who sounded like they died because the heartbeats sort of stopped. Um, then you've done really, really well with all these vocal chops and vocal loops. It sounds so nice. Just this bit here, I paused it here because everything was good up to this point. It seems like the snare drum is very weak. Like, I don't know if you did that on purpose, like if it's meant to be like a little soft snare, but it's not like snapping through the mix. I really dig the drone style bass line as well, really like dirty and heavy. Yeah, sick. Cool idea. It's definitely a unique genre, which is super cool. What's also super cool is your artwork. That's like burning my brain. Yeah, man, cool. I dig it, and I see you from the States, so welcome for the viewers from America. Man, yeah, super cool. Like, it's hard to suggest how to improve this because you've got such a like the track starts off in such a sort of like a depressing mood of like being in a hospital room and stuff, um, which I guess is mirrored by how you've done the rest of your track. It's very deep, dark, and like grungy, like very dirty, and it's cool. You've kind of mixed like grunge with garage, underground, and dubstep all in one track. So it's like super unique. Like it's hard to recommend what to do because um, you're in such a unique space. So you can kind of take that in any way you desire, man. But cool. Thank you for submitting, man. All right, Shady Pandas. Let's get into Time Cop. Open this up. All right, DTS, I saw you donated, my friend. You will jump to the top of the queue, so you'll be the next track. Guys, we had some problems last week with many people missing out on their demos, so this week I've started a donation link. If you want your track to go to the top of the line, just do a donation on my SoundCloud page. Super easy. That's the fairest way. It also like gives me a little money, guys. I've been doing this is our 21st live stream. Many of them over 2 hours. So far I've had one donation, which is perfectly fine. I'm not doing this for the money, but I just feel like it's a little fair, me doing this for free. Those that want to prioritize their music, they can pay for the privilege of having it heard next. So thank you for the donation, man. Your track will be next. I feel like the snare drum that happens there. It's a really high, like tit tit tit. I feel like it could be brought down like a few semitones so that it's not so poignant and high, like tick tick tick. Bring it down to like a toot toot toot, like bring down the pitch a bit. With like you know, thunderstorms, lightning, rain, and these bloody cyborg police, which are bloody, it's gonna happen, I tell ya. Man, super cool. If you wanted to sort of develop some ideas further, add some ambience, so some white noise above, and your track is very consistent throughout. Give it some rise and fall, some light and shade, and get that sort of emotion roller coaster sort of happening. I think it'll give more dynamics to your track, man. So thank you for submitting. We're gonna push on to DTS, so drop it low, demo for S, which I guess is me. Here we go, check it out. Okay, DTS. Good start. I think the you've got a bass line in there which is actually very good, but it's a sub bass, so it's like in the very low frequencies. Oh, I always do this the wrong way on the camera. So it's very low frequencies. So what you want to do is you want to duplicate your bass line, so that you have two bass lines. They do the same notes, but they occupy a different frequency. So what you can do is you can drag a new instrument onto the new bass line track you've created, and you can make it so that it's not so low. It's not in your sort of subwoofer frequency. You want it to come through on speakers like your computer, like your smartphone, and Bluetooth speakers and things like that. That will then give you a thicker bass. Also, when your drop hits, there's a sort of like a certain loss in dynamic, and I think that's because the kick drum is not kicking through. and you've integrated these new sounds over the top, which all work well, but it's crushing the kick. So what you need to do for that is you need to give your lead, basically you need to add to the new elements you've introduced. You need to add a side chain to that. What a side chain does is it'll duck the volume every time the kick hits. So every time the kick hits, it'll drop the volume, and then the kick will be able to sort of cut through the mix. Also, Illyrium Music, I saw you sent a donation, my friend, so your track is next. Which track do you want? Do you want the Duke Dumont or do you want the Renegade track? Just let me know in the comments, my friend. So DTS as well. When I say the bass line, you've got your lead that's going dan 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 dan. That's fine. The part of the track I'm talking about is down low. You've got dun 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 something. Hang on. It's going do 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 do. So that's your sub bass, which I can hear through these headphones, but you won't hear it through a smartphone. So definitely duplicate your bass line, give it like some mid frequencies, and you'll hear your bass line so much better, man, so much better. Yeah, man, cool. I think, yeah. Keep making music, man, as well. Like, let's check you out. Yeah, so from Holland. Yeah, man, cool. Keep making music. I see you have a track released on Spotify. So if you join my Discord, there's a Spotify section. You guys can add your Spotify tracks there, and then I can add them to the Steve Marks community playlist, where all of us have all our Spotify releases there. And it's a playlist for you guys to follow, so I hope that helps. Cool. So Illyrium, you want Renegade? No dramas, my friend. Let's have a listen. I will also follow you back, man. So thank you for submitting. Let's check out your page. Born in Ecuador, sick. Living in the States. All right, let's check out what Illyrium has to offer us. Yeah.
Master.
Super cool. I love like how you've like repeated the vocal over and over and over, which is good. I think the kick could be mixed a little louder. It sounds a little soft, and I think if you make it louder, it won't create anything like any disharmonics or anything. One thing that's I can recommend you to fix is in this section, you're slowly integrating a new sound. Yeah, in terms of like volume, it's slowly getting louder and louder and louder. I would also, so you've got that correct, automating the volume. I would also add a filter there, so it's under filter, so it's like so like it changes shape and sound over time, and that'll like add another dimension as well. So it'll add an additional dimension, including your volume automation. You will also have a filter automation, and it'll just change the dynamic of the track as well. Good little bass line as well. So you've got your clap under a filter here, which is good. Coming out. It was cool in this section how you held out the kick drum as well, which was kind of cool. I know the effect you're trying to achieve, so you can achieve this even more. So you've achieved it already. You can achieve it even more by adding a high pass filter just before the kick happens. So a high pass filter will change it, and it will make it go all like do do. So you can high pass it and then have the drop. So high filter, up, and then the kick happens, so it drops back down. Man, this is good. So the bass line is super funky. I think the clap that you've got, especially in this part, could be mixed down a little bit because the clap sounds a bit too loud compared to the kick drum, the bass line, and the vocal. So if you make the clap a little bit quieter. Yeah, man, cool. It's a nice little bouncy track. Yeah, man, super cool. I think if you just you're at the stage where your track is basically finished, like the idea is finished. Now you need to add all the sort of sprinkles and stuff, so all the cool little automations, you know, yeah, giving it a little bit more dynamics than what it has. It's a solid track, solid idea. Now add in the little pieces of ear candy for people. Man, good track. That's cool. You should send that back to me when you're finished. That's something I would play here in Germany when the clubs decide to open. All right, DJ Angel, let's check this out. Champions. Also, guys, stick around to the end of the stream as well. I will be announcing the winner of the free like one-on-one session with me. So I've done this for 2 weeks now, I think. So I pick at random one track from tonight's stream, and then that person wins a free one-on-one session with me for 1 hour where we can talk about music production. You can show me more demos, I can give you more feedback, or we can just chat about like the weather. I can show you around my live streaming setup, whatever you like. So yeah, stick around for that. And yeah, we see who wins. Let's check this one out. DJ Angel Champions. So, good idea so far. I'm gonna let the drop happen and then I'll give you some comments. Okay, so I heard the drop. DJ Angel, you've got the basics sorted out. One thing you need to be focusing on for your future tracks is your mixing. So what that means is how loud things are in your track, because all the sort of samples and little audio clips that you have in your track, they all belong in there and they all work, but they're very loud. So for instance, like the woo was fine, but the da was, let's say in terms of volume, that volume might have been like 80%. If you drop that down to 60%, it won't be so loud and it will gel better with the track. So your audio happens like this, and then every time you've got a sample, it kind of goes really loud there. So try and equalize it. You need to mix it to make it all sort of smooth. And you've also got this big sub bass that goes like boom, like that. Maybe it might be to do with your headphones, maybe, or however you're mixing it. Basically, when I play your track, I hear that and it almost kills my ears and my headphones because it's so loud. So maybe that is how you've mixed it. Maybe you couldn't hear it in your headphones or your laptop speakers, so you made it really loud. But trust me, it is very loud. So you have like a sub drop, you definitely need to mix that a lot quieter. So that bit there was a sub drop. I don't know if anyone else heard that, but it's mixed loud because I guess you wanted it to be loud in the mix, but it's actually done the opposite effect. It's too loud and it's now digitally crushing everything. So let's hear it again. gain there. Very loud, and it's creating like a digital distortion. But man, you've got the right idea. You know how to make a song now. So now it's time to step up your game. Start focusing on these things like the volume of each little thing that you add to your track, and I think you'll develop a very, very long way. I clicked through your profile, you're new to music production, so the music production sort of process never ends because there's always something new to learn. So man, all I can recommend to you is keep making music, keep doing it. Everyone will get better. I can see here, man, you're getting some good plays, 500 plays, that's pretty good. So keep it up. No one should lose hope in their dreams of like music production. So DJ Angel, I saw you're like 16 years old, very young. Keep going, my friend. Who knows, by the time you're 20, you might be touring the world like all the other famous DJs. Guys, we still have a decent list to get through, so I thank you for your patience. If you guys are chilling on the stream, I see you on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch, 8 people. YouTube, we've still got a few, and Facebook, we have a lonely 1 person. Facebook, oh, actually these numbers always lie. I checked last week and it told me I had 1, but really there was about 6, so doesn't matter. All right, Opus Mind, Not Afraid. Let's check this out. If anyone is late, or like if it's very late where you are, guys, if you want to skip the line, you can send me a small donation and you'll jump to the front of the queue. But we're checking out Opus Mind.
I can be myself with you. It feels like I can be myself with you. Feels like I can be myself with you. It feels like I can be myself with you. No, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. No, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid.
Super cool.
I'm not afraid.
It's really good that you've got that piano happening above, the really slow piano melody, because that's giving the track some air, because if that wasn't there, the track would be so heavy in the low frequencies, but you've done it very nicely. Just a subtle piano above. Really, really nice.
It feels like I can be myself with you.
Also, really nice vocal too. Really nice.
Feels like I can be myself with you. It feels like I can be myself with you. No, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. No, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. No, I'm not, no, I'm not.
This is a really good track, man. You've done very well with all the automation and stuff as well. The filters and the effects on the vocal, really, really cool.
I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Feels like I can.
You know what's so cool? This track, it's grown on me. So when this this new high lead was introduced around here,
I'm not afraid anymore.
no wait, yeah, that at first I was like, oh, like it doesn't sound right, but it actually does. It gives the track some like aggression and like gives it like a bit of a ravey feel. I think it's really, really well done.
I'm not afraid. Feels like I can be myself with you. It feels like I can be myself with you. Feels like I can be myself with you. It feels like I can be myself with you. Feels like I can be myself with you. It
Yeah,
feels like
super cool.
I can be myself
This
with
sounds like it belongs around the Alice DJ era with the like a 2010s,
myself with you.
like early 2000s, early 2010s. Vocals from Splice, yeah, man, no problem. It reminds me of that era of like Alice DJ, you know, that do you think you're better off alone? Yeah, man, super, super nice. It's perfect, man. It fits. That's such a good, man. The melody is still going in my head. Really cool. Yeah, I mean, you've played with everything quite well. Like, there's good automation everywhere. Play with some panning as well. Your vocal may even give it an auto pan. So when it's looping, like
I'm not afraid anymore.
this section here, I can hear you've got it happening. I'm not afraid, and then it's a little quieter. That's really, really cool. So, man, it's good you've got variation. Man, I think that's good enough. I don't think you have to do much more, man. That's very, very, very nice track. So, man, thanks for submitting. I've heard like you've submitted. You've been one of our regular peoples to submit often, and I've really heard your music increase across the 21 streams I've done, man. So really, really cool. It's exciting for me to hear people's improvement. It's unreal. Really cool, man. Thank you for submitting, dude. Okay, we're on to Mr. Ryan Christopher. Let's check this out. The Ram original mix.
One. Come on, go. One.
This already reminds me of Mesto Oliver Heldens' Goat. So it's exactly the same, like with the intonation of the vocals and everything.
Come on, go. One. Okay. One. Okay.
I know what you did, my friend. I know what you did. Man, cool. It's for anyone who's not familiar, there's a track called Goat from Oliver Heldens and Mesto, and it's like, yeah, it's a great track, and this is sort of mirrored that track with a slight variation on the melody. All the elements are there, and it's, yeah, it's like, obviously you've used that as a reference track, man. Sick. It sounds really cool. Sound design is very on point. Super cool. I know you mimicked the track, but man, it's the sound design is very, very nice. Everything is mixed very well. Yeah, like, man, it's hard to improve on that. It's so strong. I don't know. You can't do much more, man. That's a solid track. I would send that to some labels, man, and just see how you go. That's really, really good. Really, really good track. And that's put a smile on my face. Alright, Mr. Wilson, let's check out Curious. I'm curious about your track Curious. Let's have a listen. Hello, hello, if you're joining us. I see you on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, guys. Hello, hello. Yeah, chuck us a like, thumbs up, whatever, wherever you're watching. Subscribe to my YouTube. I'm trying to get to 300. I'm going to push that until it gets there. And yeah, sort of from last week, apologies if you didn't make the cut. So what we're doing this week is we now have a donations button. So if you hit my SoundCloud profile, you can donate, and then you skip the line and your track will get reviewed next. So that's the new system we're putting in. Yeah, because people get angry when they miss out and they don't want to wait for the YouTube replay. They demand feedback now. So if they demand it, they have to pay. That's fair. Wilson, let's go, bro. I love the guitar, man. The plucking guitar is sick. So good. Super trancy, yes, trance. Wilson, man, this is so good. I'm speechless, man. This is so good. This is next level, man. I feel like everyone, all my regulars are really bringing their A game tonight. This is very, very good. Wilson, my man, bringing the fire. Man, that was a sick track. That's like professional grade production there, man. Crazy hearing your development as well. You're another regular musician that submits, and that is like, man, you could send that to labels and they would probably sign that. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, man, put this stuff on Spotify. If you don't want to pay for it to go on Spotify, go through labels because they pay for it for you. So if you want, I know that my record label is looking to diversify its sort of its releases. There's a lot of like future bass, melodic bass sort of stuff, and maybe a trance track is what they're after. So if you want their details, my friend, send me a DM on whatever, Discord, Insta, whatever you like, and I'll pass on their details. I reckon they would be I want to get it into their ears and see what they think about it. Not going to guarantee you they'll sign it, but you never know, man. And sick track, so cool. All right, DJ Petu. He was just saying nice song on my my remix. Let's listen to my remix for a little bit. How about you guys give me feedback on this one? I won't play the whole thing. I'll play up to the first drop and then we can finish. Walking down the shore, falling asleep to endless evening talks. Young and wild and reckless, we were trying to change the world. But the memories that die, the memories that die. I wrote you letters to remember the summer days, no nights, the time I used to call you mine. Now every cold December, I think about the way you dressed. I wish I took a photograph. Yeah, I haven't heard that one in a while. I actually, it played automatically on my phone the other day and I just thought, man, that was a good remix. So I made a little Instagram video for it. So it's on my Insta, just a little sunset time lapse. All right, Jack, let's check this out. It's called You Know What to Do. Cool. Gonna be honest, guys. I've heard this track before because Jack is one of my students, and he has gone from like, man, producing like, you know, like very basic stuff to now this sort of stuff in the space of about a month, and it's like unbelievable to hear his improvement. It's not all because of me. This dude is very driven to like make music, and he's very, very quick at learning. And he's basically sent me back a track with like all the improvements that I recommended for him. I said to change the vocal because the vocal was repeated throughout the whole time the same. So I told him to give it variation, which he has. I told him to play around with the hi-hats and give it a bit more groove. It's almost there. It's not, in my opinion, it's still not like the groove that I would want, but everyone's different. And the drop is way more dynamic. Also, the original loop that he had was just sort of very basic. And I told him to go up an octave, down an octave, play around with that, and it's so much better. Wow, like really, really good. Yeah, and here comes the police again. Nice short kick sample as well. Good automation with everything. Like, it's amazing what a little bit of automation does. And all the recommendations that I've given him is very common tips that I give on this stream. It's to play around with vocal panning and sample panning. And automation and variation to your tracks, and it's unbelievable what just those few little tips have done to this track. If you guys heard the first version of this, it was very, I don't know how you'd explain it, like two-dimensional, not very exciting, very predictable, very repetitive. And now with a few tweaks and like a few little private lessons, it's like, it's such a stronger track. So guys, my advice that I gave to my student with this track is, so he does weekly Mixcloud uploads where he picks his favorite songs and mixes them together into like a 30-minute, 40-minute sort of show. And I told him, now that you're producing music, it's like, it's not like commercial grade, but it's almost there. Start playing it in your sets, guys. So if you guys ever do like online shows or you stream music for your friends, don't just play David Guetta, Calvin Harris, Martin Garrix. Put in some of your own tracks and like, don't tell them that it's your track, just play it and just see if anyone detects that it's a fun song or someone's tapping their foot. Just be like, oh, do you like this song? And they'll be like, yeah, it sounds good. And then you'd be like, yeah, I made it. And they'll be like, oh my God, no way. That's the excitement of making music. No point spending hours and hours at home making music that you basically get reviewed by me and you never play it. So make sure you play it. I told Jack to integrate this into his next sort of DJ recording. So super excited for him to progress, guys. So really, really cool. All right, we're gonna move on to Super Nebula. I saw you there before in the chat, my friend, so hopefully you're still around. Let's check this out. You and Me preview. Yeah. Nice. I love the percussion already, and the detuned detune here is cool. Really nice, man. This track is good as well. What I noticed, Mr. Nebula, good to see you in the chat still, my friend. The percussion is so on point. It's so good. And this track feels so like delicate, like everything's positioned perfectly and it's just doing its thing. Really, really nice. With your snare drum, you got like a snare drum happening. On every second snare drum, you've got like the reverse in snare drum. I would maybe not have that every second hit, but maybe on the fourth of every bar. That's only like a really subtle thing that I noticed, but everything else, man, is like perfect, really. Yeah, I mean, I'm not this. Is that a new sound that you integrated just then? No, it's there. I thought so. I was like, it sounded familiar to me already, that sound, and I was gonna say it fits so well, but I'd already heard it, so. Do you have the volume turned up a lot to hear the details when listening to our music, or just normal volume? No, I basically have it on normal volume, so can you see my... Basically, I have a sound card in my MacBook, and I set the volume to about 50% on my MacBook, and then I plug in my Vermoda headphones, and I listen to it through that. And what I do is I concentrate on different aspects of the sound. So I'll start by listening to the percussion, just because naturally I'm a drummer, and then all the elements coming in, whether they're in key. And this is just something that I have developed through these live streams, is trying to pick up on things that are working very well, like in this track, and things that sound a little bit incorrect, I'll flag in my brain and I'll keep it in a mental list to discuss in the feedback. So far, very good. I really like the bass line. The sound design is very nice. So this is the reverse snare I was talking about. For everyone that doesn't understand, you can hear a snare drum gets integrated here, and there's a snare that is just a snare, and then every second snare is a lead-in snare. dig the melody as well. Super chill, super catchy. And I like that the snare drum has that amount of reverb on it. Any shorter and it would sound a bit tacky, and any longer and it would sort of take over the track, and you've done it perfectly. Man, super nice track. Guys, there's a very small chance that this Friday I will be playing a set on the radio in Cologne here in Germany. So there's a very small chance that that will happen. If that does, please keep an eye on my Discord, because I'm going to do a very quick shout out. I'm probably going to have like a day, maybe in half a day, to prepare a set to play live on the radio. So if you guys are tuned in and that sounds awesome to you, keep your eye on my Discord, okay? Because I will announce if I'm able to do it, and then I'm going to put a call out for you guys to send me your best tracks, okay? This is a track that I would definitely play. Something like this, super chilly, super mellow. I don't know too much about the radio station yet. My friend hasn't gotten back to me, but I think it's like an urban radio station. So like if anyone has any hip hop or like alternative music, I would definitely give that a play. But I also want to sort of cross promote what I do here online, my demo review show, and I would love to have a section where I play a few tracks from you guys, my submitters, like, and put it, you know, all across the airwaves in Germany. So pretty exciting. I wanted to tell you at the start, but I'm just waiting because I don't know if it's going to happen yet. So I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get your hopes up, but if it happens, Super Nebula, send me this track and I will integrate it into my set. Awesome track, man. Really, really good. S143. Let's check this out. Alan Walker, RX, End of Time. Let's have a listen.
Things are right, you just know. There's something in your eyes that brings me home. 'Cause when there's love, you don't let go. So as long as you're with me, you're not alone, you'll never be. I wanna tell you what I feel and really mean it. I wanna shout it from the rooftop to the sky. 'Cause if you ever need a friend, you know I'll be it. From tonight until we see the end of time. I'll cross my heart and hope you'll die with it. Always have fun and love you for the sweet days are dark and stars don't run with it. Always at the end of time.
Really creative drop on this, man. Definitely in the second half of the drop, you need an open hi-hat to drive that. Man, really, really good. There was something I was gonna say. Yes. So I'm not sure because I can't see your MIDI clip, but what it sounds like with your drop is all your notes are the same length. So it's like dun 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 dun. try varying the length of the MIDI notes. Dun, 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 dun. So you change basically the amount of time that the note on a keyboard is held down for. So instead of it being dun, it might be dun, and then it changes the dynamics so much, especially with the bouncy vibe you've tried to create here. I think that will really benefit your music moving forward. I really think so.
And I don't know what the future holds, but as long as you're with me, I'm alone, you'll never be. I wanna tell you what I feel and really mean it. I wanna shout it from the rooftops to the sky. 'Cause if you ever need a friend, you know I'll be it. From tonight until we see the end of time, I'll cross my heart and hope to die. Always in fire, I'll be by your side when days are hard and stars don't shine. Always in the end of time.
Man, so good, really. Great use of automation. The melody is very like catchy, or in Germany we say it's an earworm, meaning it stays in your head for a while. Really, really good, man. Like today's stream is crazy. All you guys, I know you now. Like you were all like producers, and now you're all like developing your skills so well. Like you're becoming like almost professional producers, like really, really good. It's so amazing to hear your development through the years. So man, really good remix, really good. Keep sending in your music. All right, Duran, keep close. Let's check this out. If anyone's getting impatient and wants to skip the line for demo reviews, if you want to, jump to the front of the line, just send a little donation to me and you'll skip the queue, okay? I don't want the arguments from last week. So let's continue. Duran, keep close.
What do people like? What they really want to know? Who's your lovers and who are your bros? Who are the enemies you do keep close? Who are the people that you shouldn't know? What do people like? What they really want to know? Who's your lovers and who are your bros?
Yo, happy official, I see you, man. Can you send me a new Dropbox link, because the link didn't work, man. You were like right near the start of the stream, so send me a new link, man.
Who are the enemies you do keep close? Who are the people that you shouldn't know?
Good,
What do
Victor.
people like? What they really want to know? Who's your lovers and who are your bros? Who are the enemies you do keep close? Who are the people that you shouldn't know?
Man, I know this vocal as well. One of my mates here in Cologne is using it on one of his new releases. So if you want to release it first, do it.
Yeah. Move of emotion, they drunk at their problems. They you was on road and they stuck. She knows cause she is the same. She's trying to stop playing games. Move of emotion, they drunk at their problems. They you was on road and they stuck. She knows cause she is the same. She's trying to stop playing games.
Really good sound design in this. The panning and the sound selection is so good. really, and the drop is very, very dynamic.
What do people like? What they really want to know? Who's your lovers and who are your bros? Who are the enemies you do keep close? Who are the people that you shouldn't know?
Man, Duran, this is a sick track, man. Very, very good. This is like very, very high quality music production, man. Really good. I see you're just a young dude as well. Man, beginning of 2020. I'm in trouble. Man, yeah, inspired by Mike Williams, Mesto, Brooks, Avicii, and Kygo. Pretty much who everyone is inspired by, man. Sick track. You should also send this to my record label. I think they would be interested as well. Yeah, man, sick track. All right, guys, we're gonna listen to Happy's track. So he was way at the front of the line, but the link was not correct. So let's have a listen to Imagine.
Cause baby, you got me like so distracted, heart reacting, oh no, no. Cause baby, you got me like I'm feeling frantic, I start to panic. I don't know what happened, love so hot that you can't imagine. I don't know what happened, love so hot that you can't imagine. I never felt like this, no, never felt like. I never felt like this, no, never felt like. I feel so high, don't hold me back. My heart on fire, can you feel that? I just wanna know, can you feel my heartbeat? Oh, I know, I'm loving you inside me. Love so hot that you can't imagine.
Man, another top quality track. The thing that threw me with this was when the sort of funky beat dropped here, it was such a surprise because the start of the track doesn't have any swing. So it's all just sort of 4/4.
Cause baby, you got me like so distracted, heart reacting, oh no, no. Cause baby, you got me like I'm feeling frantic, I start to panic. I don't know what happened, love so hot.
Yeah, I don't know how you could fix that. Maybe some like added percussion, like a cowbell or something on the side to give it like a dut, 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 like something in the intro to give it some swing, because it's all sort of very 4/4/4, and then when the funky bass comes in, man, it's sick. Can you remind me again, Happy, are you singing this? Are you doing all of this? Because if you are, man, I love you as a vocalist, and I want to send you some stuff to maybe like inspire you to build a track together, man. Because if it's you singing, then like I love your vocal, man, and the way you process them is very, very clear and very, very pro. Man, cool. I can't really fault anything other than that the intro was a little sort of square in a box, but everything else is like so like wobbly and sick. So, man, yeah, add some swing to the intro, and man, you're such a good producer. I think you'll have another cracking track there. But yeah, let me know if it's you singing. Okay, we're back with another track. Hoping you could review a mantra style. Let's have a listen. Okay, more mouth. I think you've got the basics of like music production worked out. I think something is occurring in your drop, and it's like digitally crushing. Yeah, so it's your bass line. Your bass line seems to be interacting with your kick in a bad way, and it's creating some frequency fuzz, and it's taking away from the power of the track. I think what you have going on here is you have a layered kick. You have a layered kick, and one of the kick samples you've really turned up very high, and it's creating some frequency issues. So you need to look into EQing, and you need to give each element in your track the space it deserves. So you need to focus on things like volume for that, so mixing your track, and also EQing. So you want to make sure that if you have a kick drum, you need to sort of isolate those frequencies and just have it as a kick drum. You don't want any sounds sort of bleeding into the high frequencies, and you don't want any super sub frequencies, because we're not playing at sold out stadiums. There's no point in having those in. So man, just keep making music. I see you're new to music production as well. And yeah, I mean, keep making music, man. These things will come with time, really. But man, good track. Thank you for submitting, and yeah, keep on practicing, guys. All right, I'm going to just take a quick break, just take my headphones off for like a minute or so. So here's a little comedy sketch that I featured last week for you guys to enjoy. So have a look, have a smile, and I'll see you in about 1 minute.
Очень мало народу, мадам. Очень, беспонтовая музыка. На самом деле, очень плохая музыка.
А зачем вы пришли сюда?
Я думал, намного лучше будет это все. И очень плохая музыка, просто очень плохая музыка. Я думал, намного лучше это все будет. Сколько раз сюда ходил, было намного лучше. Но на этот раз как-то не удалось. Во-первых, народу мало, музыка не очень.
А что за направление?
А?
Что за направление?
Направление? Какое направление?
Что за направление музыки играется?
If I told you in your heartbeat, I can hold you. Never worry. Now everything I do is not something that we're used to. I need you every day, and it's a part of you. I'll do anything you want me to. I'll be thinking about you. I'll be thinking about you. I'll be thinking about you.
So yeah, there we go. Dimitri makes another visit. Yeah, during these streams I have to give my ears a rest because it gets a little bit too much. Yeah, like with the headphones on. So I just go for a walk around and stretch and stuff, and I want to keep you guys interested. So Dimitri's my man. All right, Sean Jamal, let's get into Homeland. So, Sean, I like the pads that are happening up the top. The dun 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 dun. That's really cool. Like the high frequency stuff. The vocal sort of samples that you have in there, you could make that a little bit quieter, like maybe 10 or 20%, so that it sort of glues together a bit more with the rest of your track. Yeah, man. So it's a pretty pretty safe track, and I think it might have been similar advice I gave to you last week or the week before. Your tracks are good, but they're just like very safe tracks, just doing their thing. And I guess that's what like Deep House is about. I guess you've tagged that there, but like I don't know if there's a nice way to say this, but the Deep House movement's sort of dead. Like especially in Europe. With the exception of coastal towns that have beach parties and stuff during the day. Don't get me wrong though, there's still a need for deep house music, but it's like if this track was played on a radio station, it might be playing at 3 or 4 in the morning on a Tuesday. It wouldn't be playing Friday night at 8 p.m. You know what I mean? Because the world has changed musically from this sort of stuff was huge 2014, 2015, 2016. I was DJing stuff all around the world, and now there's just no desire for it. But, so your track, man, it's good. I would, as I said before, I'd mix the vocal down a little bit so it's not so loud, and try and integrate something else in there that gives it a point of difference. So I like how you added the pads on top. That definitely stretched out the sort of frequency spectrum. Yeah, and like the bass line, I mean, it is a deep house bass line, so it was just doing its thing down there, but maybe you could, in certain parts of the song, make the bass line a little more adventurous, try some different things. And that might sort of, yeah, give your track a little sort of little jab, like a little bit more life. I don't know, like it's hard to explain. Try some things, might give it a little more life. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. Sorry. All right, we're gonna move on to ambience from Hard hip chow. Let's check this out. Also, guys, sorry if you've just tuned in. We still have maybe, I don't know what, 10 demos to go. So if you're still waiting patiently, thank you for waiting. I will get through them all. We have about 30 minutes left before I want to go to bed. So yeah, let's try and smash through them all. If you want to jump the queue now and you want to hear your demo reviewed next, you can send me a little donation via SoundCloud and you'll jump the queue. Oh, I like that. I like the sample. It sounds like fire or like sand being thrown, like man, this is good. I read your comment before. I know it's not mixed and mastered, it's just an idea. Perfect. This is the time for you guys to send me this stuff. Man, it's good. What I will this is a trick that I used to do always, and it actually takes away from your drop. So what I recommend to you is the piano that you have in your introduction and your build up, leave it how it is, but when the drop hits, you don't want that piano to be the star anymore. You want the drop to be its own unique thing. I used to do this all the time. I'd have the piano running all the way through my song, but it's important to sort of cut it off when the drop hits, because that needs to be a new moment in the music. If you continue the piano throughout the drop, it sort of feels like not much has changed. Like the piano is still controlling the track and there's other stuff around it. You want the opposite in the drop. You want the drop to hit and you want that to be the star. So if everyone wants to listen to that again, we can hear. So maybe in that one instant, you could have the piano play like its single note, and then that sort of takes it back to the intro, but then it's back into the drop. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, nice. I like it. I also, the other thing is the snare drum in your drop. It sounds a little flat, so you need to pitch it up a little bit so it matches the key of the track. But man, it's a great idea. Keep going with that. That's sounding good. It'll be like a nice big melodic bass drop. Really, really good, man. All right, OVR. Unos, dos, tres. Let's check this out. like the vocal you've added in there. Like it just gives it something else. I think I know it's just some oohs and ahs, but it does give a new dimension. Very nice track, man. Very, very good. Yeah, man. So many good elements in there. It's hard to fault anything. Like you've done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. I'm just thinking maybe if you played around a little bit more with some automation. But I mean, the track's pretty good how it is, man. So I think you've done pretty good. I just want to hear the lead into the drop again. I like that you have the cowbell, and on the third cowbell, no, on the fourth cowbell, you sort of start the drop with some sound effects down low. That's a cool technique. I might try that because I've never tried that before. Man, good track. I can't recommend much to improve it because it's already so good. So man, thanks for submitting. Another very strong track from you, man. All right, X Titan. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. DTS, I listened to already. Thank you for your donation, bro. All right, Jabra. No, that's just a thank you message. Eamon, okay. One Day Left remix. Let's check this out.
Friends are drinking wine. Everything's in order when they're playing hips tonight. Fighting over nothing, making love up on the couch. It's one of those nights. But what if we know that by tomorrow we will die? We will probably have the confidence to kiss the goodnight. Text the friends we wish we never set aside, and remove the other ones. If you go on day, life would you?
Hey, cool. Super cool sound. I like this. Really, really good.
Never have I ever not try to talk, I hear myself up in loud. I'm standing in the bathroom, cause this party makes me cry. It's not my night. What if I knew that by tomorrow I would die? I would probably join my friends so that they couldn't get hurt. Just allow myself to have a little fun. 'Cause living life never kill no one.
So, Eamon, I can tell that you're using like an a cappella that's a bit like scratchy. Like it's obviously not like a studio a cappella. So you're always going to have this sound that you're always going to have this problem where the vocal sounds like it's a bit sandy, like it's a bit like crunchy around the edges. But you've built a pretty good track around that to mask it. What I would recommend if you want to create, because your drop is super happy and you've got such a good rhythm on the lead. What I would do is build off that dynamic. So in this section, so you've got your bass line going dun 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 dun. Play around with those notes. You can get it more bouncy. So if you have the kick drum, you could go like, instead of going bum 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 bum, you could bum 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 bum, something like that, and it gives the track more bounce, more dynamics. Instead of the kick drum, then the bass, kick drum, bass. It's very safe, very 4 4 4 4 4. You want to make it like boom bum 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 bum, something dynamic, gives the people something to move their feet to, if that makes sense, because at the moment your kick and your bass are very safe. And yeah, my recommendation for fixing the vocal, to get rid of some of that sand, some of that sort of like crispiness that you hear around a sort of non-official a cappella, is you need to do some vocal processing to it. So definitely for you, my friend, I would recommend going onto my YouTube page and watching, I did a tutorial video about processing vocals, processing bad vocals, and this might help you as well. So I see you're using FL Studio, which is fine. The tutorial I do is in Ableton. Don't let that stress you out. You can add all the same effects in FL Studio that I've added in Ableton, and you can create a little vocal processing chain that makes the vocals sound so much better. Okay, so go watch that tutorial, and then yeah, hopefully you learn something from that as well. Yeah, I like it, man. Cool track. Super poppy, super fun, super light, super bright. Thanks for submitting, man. Let's check out your profile. I think you've submitted once before. Yeah. All good, man. Thank you for submitting. Another sick track. Guys, look at that. We're nearly at the end. Yes. All right. Mr. Charlie Mansell has a fantasy remix idea. Let's have a listen.
You should know you can go where you wanna go. I can take you there. Take my hand to your I see.
Very nice. Very nice, Charlie. Man, really good. I would definitely add some hi-hats on like the second rotation of your drop. But man, like you've cracked the code. This is modern day music production now. It's like you get a vocal and you just build that sort of slap house bass sound around it and you've got like a charting hit. Man, really good. Really good, man. Really good. What this reminds me a lot of my demos. Give me a sec. Desktop exports. So Little Lies. So I think I've played this for you guys as well. I'm just gonna turn it down because last time it smashed in so loud. This is a very similar concept to what I've been doing, Mr. Charlie. So.
If I could turn the page in time and I'd rearrange just to take two close my eyes, but I couldn't find a way. So was it a full one day to hear you tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, no, you can't disguise. You can't disguise.
And now it's the drop again, second rotation, but there's going to be more elements added. So there'll be a hi-hat added, and there will be a second like element of brass, and like a new lead sound introduced as well. So you'll hear the hi-hats first. And what I've tried to do is create a call and response. So there'll be the vocal, which is the call, and then the response will be from like, it'll be a melody from like trumpets, if that makes sense. So let's listen. Hi-hat, call and response, and new lead introduced. So that was the call and response. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Then it goes dun 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 dun. And what's hard to hear, but deliberately hard to hear, is the air that I've created. So there's a really high pitched sort of, like, I don't know what I call them. They're just high keys that's like going ding 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 ding, which gets introduced as well. You hear it a lot better in the outro. Yeah. Oh no, too far. Maybe I took it out. Very sort of high-pitched air sound that you don't really hear unless you're concentrating to hear it. And they're the tiny little tricks that producers do that no one really recognizes except for people that are really into music, like me, and record labels. They hear for stuff like that. So instead of it just being the vocal and the brass, which is that's sort of what it sounds like in the outro, but there's also something happening up the top that's sort of hidden behind. So let's try and hear it again. Yeah, I don't know why I just showed that, but Charlie, your track reminded me of that remix I'm working on. So, man, it's solid. It's solid. I feel like the record labels are starting to say no to these kind of tracks now because they sound so mainstream, and every record label wants to be the next best thing. So I think I'm a little late to the party with my remix as well, but let's check this out. All right, we're gonna do Leia and DJ Flyman as the last two tracks, because I've already reviewed. Did I do Voltex? No. Let's do Voltex as the last one. So let's do these three, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream. We're going to announce our winner as well of the free one-on-one with me. So Leia and Leia, welcome, guys. I gave you a follow back. Let's listen to your demo. Whoa. Super dreamy, this one. Super dreamy. What I will like, this is a cool cool track because it's such a trip. Like instantly from like the very first second of the track, you're instantly put into this mode. And like ironically, like it's called default space. Because really, like with the album art as well, it feels like you're like on a spaceship or on a spacewalk or doing something. Super cool. One thing, like maybe it misses like an interlude, like something where it's sort of stripped back because it's like beat throughout. Maybe you could strip out something so it's just like the main sort of this bit here. You could integrate something like this in the middle of the track just to give a bit of light and shade. But man, that's super cool. Super cool track, really. I love that. And hey, yeah, I see you on Twitch, man. Thank you for submitting. Yeah, if you get the time, follow me back on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, guys, so I recently got awarded as being like a affiliate or partner or something, like not the good one, but just like a step up. I think it's affiliate, so that's kind of cool for me. Like I'm progressing through the Twitch atmosphere, and I think I start to receive like ad revenue or something on my channel. I don't know how it works, but whatever. All right, DJ Flyman. Okay, check it out. and then Voltex is going to finish the stream up for us. Cool. So the vocals sound like they're a totally different section of the track. So you need to like work better and like try and glue them into the track a bit better. They sound a little bit loud for the track as well. So if you mix that a little bit quieter, it won't be so like it was quite abrupt when it was introduced. There was no sort of lead in. What you can do is like you can take the first word of the vocal and just copy and paste it like 10 times before it starts and just slowly integrate it in with automation of volume so that people know, oh, okay, there's a vocal coming.
Since I've lived in your shade, every step that I made brought me nothing but zero. But I'm staying alive, now I'm changing my life with a burning desire. No one knows who I am, but I don't give a damn. Gonna set you on fire. Shady lady.
Good work with the automations as well, with the auto filter, the volumes, and the panning as well. Really good.
Shady lady, shady lady, shady lady, are you ready, lady? I'm gonna strike like thunder. I wanna make you wonder. I'm gonna make you shiver. I'm gonna strike like thunder. I wanna make you wonder. I'm gonna make you shiver.
Yeah, and good work. Good work with the vocalist as well. I read that it's like you've worked with your cousin on this, so cool. The vocal is like, I mean, it's a vocal, and it's not the strongest vocal in terms of like steady pitch. So if you find some pitch correction software, you can adjust the notes so that they hit on the correct key. But it's just some vocal words are off key. Most of the vocal is a little flat, so you can adjust that yourself and make sure that the notes hit perfectly on key. But man, full of energy, that track. Yeah, just work on integrating the vocal a bit better, and I think that will be a lot better. Like it won't sound so abrupt when it's first introduced. Voltex, final track of the night. Let's have a listen. And I will be drawing the winner of the free one-on-one very soon, guys. Yeah, pretty cool. Like I thought the drop would be a little more bouncy than what it was, but it's still a strong, strong sound. I love the vocal. Want to hear this bit here? Yeah, nice. Stripped it out. Really good. You've got such a strong vocal here that it deserved its own moment like this, sort of stripped back and just now building around it. Really, really nicely done. Okay, this section here, it's gone totally out of key here. So maybe that was a MIDI mistake, but it sounded totally out of key just in that last section there, man. Yeah, cool, solid. And then the outro. Alright guys, it's time to announce the winner of the free one-on-one with me. So, yeah, thanks for another strong live stream. Basically, how I do this, so I've kept a list of all the submissions of this week. So we have 33 submissions. So I'm going to utilize my smartphone to pick a number between 1 and 33. So here we go. Hey Siri, can you pick a number between 1 and 33?
A random number between 1 and 33 is 8.
8. Okay, so let's check out number 8. So guys, the winner for this week, stream number 21, class 30th of September 2020, is In Vision. So well done, In Vision, from India. So well done, my friend. You have won a free 1-hour session with me. So we can talk about whatever you like. Music production, the weather, food, whatever you like, man. Yeah, just send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, whatever you like, and we can pick a time to hang out, my friends. So thanks for submitting, guys. Really appreciate your work. Thank you for those guys who were impatient and wanted to skip the line because you sent me some donations. Really appreciate that. Guys, thanks so much. I'm out of here. See you next Wednesday.